All right. Hey, you guys. So today from Mercy Earrings Homestead, we get a treat, a big, big treat. My best friend has agreed to show me how to make elderberry syrup. I always get it from her, and it has such great benefits to us. And these are the things we see all the time about what we're going to do when we can't get medicines. And this is just something I think that's going to be very important to us in the future. So, Robin is going to walk us through the steps and the benefits of elderberry. Where do we start?
Well, thanks for having me, D'Angela.
Absolutely.
So I've been doing this for years now, as you know. I'm a firm believer in preventative medicine, natural medicine, anything that we can do to boost our immune systems, especially going into the cold and flu season. This time of year is the perfect time to start. Some of my family that have more compromised immune systems use this year round, and that's totally acceptable. This is just such a natural remedy that you can't overdo it, and you can't do it too often. So if you wanted to utilize elderberry around the whole calendar year, that's fine. But in my household, I'm not here to talk anything about flu vaccines versus non-flu vaccines. That's a personal choice, of course. But in my household, my teenagers have a choice. They either can get the flu vaccine, or they can daily dose elderberry.
Awesome.
So it's a choice. I believe in choices, and so most of the time we're daily dosing elderberry, starting now.
That's good.
So that's why I invited you over, because I thought it would be great to demonstrate what we do. It's such a simple process, but really the effects that are most beneficial are immune boosting. Elderberries are there's a couple different types, and these are the ones that I'm using here. This is a pound right here, and these are actually dried, and there's different places to get them. Everyone kind of has their own belief in what works best, but for me these work great.
Is there a certain type of elderberry you prefer?
Yes, it's Sambucus nigra, Nigra is the last word, which is the differentiator between the different types.
Okay.
And those tend to have the most antioxidant effect.
Okay.
So the elderberries and this elderberry syrup that we make is high in vitamin A, B, and C. And those are going to boost your immune system typically. And then we incorporate some natural spices and also local honey, which is very important. So if you're working your own magic and making your own concoctions here, I recommend that everyone finds your local honey, because you're going to get the effects of the bees and the pollens locally. So with the honey incorporated into it, you're also getting your antibacterial benefits.
Okay. All right.
So it's antibacterial, it's antiviral, and it's an immune booster.
Awesome.
So starting, I just started, what have I got here? 16 cups of water.
Right.
On the stove, boiling. So I'm going to boil 16 cups of water and incorporate the berries into that water.
Okay.
So you can see the berries are just going to sit in here, and they're going to steep, and we're going to bring them to a rolling boil. We're really wanting to extract all of that goodness from these berries.
Okay, so the elderberries are boiling.
We've got a good rolling boil. Always make sure to stir, and I go ahead and start pressing some while they're boiling.
I saw some good ideas about ways to use the elderberry syrup. You can put it in some water for those that like to drink flavored water. Oh, look at that. You can put it in smoothies. I thought that was a great idea.
We put it in the boys, the smalls, the 2 and 4 year old. we put it in grape juice, so we hide it.
Yeah.
So we give them their grape juice.
That's a great idea.
We put their elderberry in their juice.
I love
Most
that.
of the time, though, they're willing to take it because it really doesn't taste bad with the honey and the spices, the cinnamon. Sometimes you do cloves, but for the flavoring, you can really tailor it to your family's liking. And so that's what we do. We tailor it to get the best effect, so it's more palatable for the household. Okay, so now our boiling is complete. You can see this rich, deep burgundy color of the juice here. It's almost black. It's so deep. You've got a really good batch. That it's got great concentration. You want to be careful. I mean, the benefit of making your own is you can really adjust the concentration to know that you're getting the benefits. I'm not saying that when you buy it, it's not equally effective, but I like to know, that I've got the concentration of the juice that I want. So we're going to go ahead and pour it up.
Okay.
So this right here. We're just going to strain it.
Okay.
So here's another part of the process that can be a variable. Some people really like to get in there and get the cheesecloth and get every bit of the particles of berries out. I am not that picky. Really, if there's a little bit of berry floating around, it doesn't bother me. It doesn't hurt the effectiveness of the product. So we just have this fine strainer here, and I just run it through a strainer. If you really are bothered by texture, or if you really want to make sure that all the berries are out, then you can certainly use a cheesecloth to run it through a second and even a third time.
That looks great, though. That looks very smooth in there.
Yeah.
Even just running it through the strainer.
Yeah, this does a nice job.
Yeah.
Really gets it where we want it. So what we're going to do now is we're going to cool it off before we put our other ingredients in. If we put the honey in now with the temperature where it's at, then we're going to lose some of the natural benefits of the honey. So we have to make sure that to get the full benefit of what we're putting in there, that our temperature is cool enough not to negatively affect the benefits of the honey, which, like I said, honey's healing, it's antibacterial. It's also really going to help boost the immune system.
And that was also a decision that we decided we were going to either water bath it, can it, or freeze it. And if we did the water bath to preserve it in jars for, what was it, 3 to 6 months, we would have to take the honey out and substitute it with sugar. Well, that takes away the whole biggest benefit to me about doing this.
Well, I mean, we're living where we're trying to boost our immune system, and we're trying to think about gut health, systemic health, and processed sugars is actually the opposite of what we're wanting to put into our system. So, honey, of course, is natural sweetener. But I'm okay with that. That's beneficial. But trying to stay away from processed sugars. We're just going to can it and refrigerate it. The way my family goes through it, so this is a friends and family project. And so, we aren't selling it. We have a lot of people come, wanting it, but this is really just for our, internal benefit. So we go, but we are going to go through it quickly. So we can put it in jars. Refrigerate it, and so 30, 45 days, it's going to be gone. So we're really not going to have to worry about that.
And any extra jars that we would have, we can freeze in those jars, and then give them out to our other family members that we want. But
we can freeze them in jars.
We still have that option.
We can use the freezer bags. It's great. I mean, not that I haven't done it. I mean, you can pour it up into your ice cube tray. Pop them into some freezer bags. Toss them in the freezer and you're good to go.
That's awesome.
You can pull it out and really just in the quantity that you want or need. So there's tons of ways that you can preserve it,
Okay.
but we're users.
I
We are
agree.
users, so.
Well, that's the point of it.
Yep.
So that's great.
So we're gonna let this cool for a
No
minute,
waste. Okay.
and then we'll get busy mixing our additional ingredients in.
Perfect.
Awesome.
Okay.
All right, so we have given it some time. It's cooled off. It's still hot enough for the honey to dissolve and integrate into the liquid, but the temperatures have decreased to the point that it isn't going to take the benefits away. So I'm going to reach over here. I'm going to grab, this is organic cinnamon. Sometimes we use cloves, which has enormous health benefits as well. But in this specific batch, because it's really primarily geared toward my kids, and they're not fans of the flavor of clove, then I'm going to leave the clove out and just go a little bit heavier on the organic cinnamon, which also has great health benefits.
Yeah.
So we're talking about some flavoring benefit and also some health benefits of this organic cinnamon. So a little bit heavy on the cinnamon. Once again, you have the freedom to choose what ingredients you like, what spices you want to add, based on the health benefits you're trying to achieve, in addition to the wonderful antibacterial and antiviral benefits and immunity boosting benefits that are already here. If you have anything specific that you're targeting, you can add additional ingredients and also flavor, because it has to be palatable. So we're going to go ahead and take our honey, our local honey, and add.
I think this was wildflower honey.
Yes, this is local wildflower honey. Once again, you have much freedom. I just recommend using as local honey as you can. Go ahead and dip that in there. Get all the goodie out. I'm going to stir it as it continues to cool.
This really is very simple and so easy to do for your family. And for yourself, for preventative. I just think preventative is just the key in our health. Not so much what can I take when I'm sick, but what can I take to keep from getting sick.
So preventative, that's a really good point, D'Angela. Preventative medicine, we're going to take, some recommend a teaspoon for adults daily. I do a tablespoon daily, minimum.
Okay.
Okay, for adults. The kids, under 16 and older, I go ahead and give them the tablespoon dose. Under 16, I'm using a teaspoon,
Okay.
at least once a day. If we're feeling great, just to boost that immune system. If we start having any symptoms, if we seem like we have some additional congestion, if any of us seem a little extra fatigued, a little sluggish, we feel anything going on chest, maybe just some early indicators of cold or possible flu, we really step up our intake. So at that point, I'm doubling the doses at least.
Okay.
And what I have found in my experience is the times that we have been sick, in addition to the preventative benefits, if we do catch a cold or some type of viral, have some sort of viral occurrence, then by increasing our doses and continuing the elderberry, it's cutting the duration, seemingly in half for us.
Right. Okay.
So we'll go ahead and get ready, and we'll go ahead and pour it up into some jars.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, we're gonna put them in jars.
And I'm going to, in some of the jars, I'm going to use a honey stick. Once again, this is just a personal
Cinnamon
preference.
stick?
Yes. What did I say?
Honey stick. I like those too.
This is not a honey stick, but we do like honey sticks. I'm caught up on honey. Cinnamon stick. Once again, these are just organic cinnamon sticks, and it's just to keep continue infusing the flavor.
Oh wow.
And benefits here. So go ahead and start pouring it up.
Oh wow.
How'd that work? Oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that. So simple. So much goodness.
Oh,
So
yeah,
much
that's
health
exciting.
benefit.
Yeah, a little bit more and go.
Okay, let's see.
I can sell.
Okay.
I gotcha.
That good?
Yeah, that's good. Oh,
Oh no, I need to listen to you.
Go a little bit more. Okay, that's good. Okay.
Really went for it on that one.
Did.
Just seeing how quick
That might
your
be the one we
reflexes are.
drink the first.
Yeah. Let's see how quick your reflexes are.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
And
So this is going to make a pretty good sizable batch.
it is.
This is great. That's good.
Okay. So I've got enough to do a personal jar that we'll just fill up and start on tonight.
All
We'll
right.
go ahead and put the lids on these, and we have a beautiful batch of elderberry
Start
syrup.
enjoying them. Yes.